Hey guys, it's still going to be a few more minutes, although we will be starting soon. Hybrid judging is a really interesting thing to get right the first time. So thank you for coming here, and we will be starting soon.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. If you guys can slowly make your way up to the front and take a seat while we begin. So, thank you all for joining us both in person and online. I'm Grace Cow,
I'm Dominic Winecki.
and we're your HackOHI co-leads this year. I hope you all had a blast this weekend, and I know you all are pretty tired, so thank you for staying up and coming out to showcase this afternoon. Before we get started, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the team that put this event together and the various events as well. So,
HackOHio is put on by OHAO. We're a student-run organization here at The Ohio State University that works on promoting informal learning and helping foster a tech culture at this university. What that means is that we want to help create fun and challenging events like this one and other hackathons and other events as well, where people can come in and improve their technical skills, meet other like-minded individuals, network with sponsors, and everything like that. HackOHio is just one of the events that we have here. We put on a few other ones as well.
So looking forward, OHIO has plans to create a hub for experimental learning. This means we are looking into deepening the range of co-curricular opportunities, giving students activities outside of the classroom to engage them, whether that's a one-day workshop to a weekend-long hackathon to a semester-long project. We are also looking to support entrepreneurial opportunities with seed funding, scholarships, mentorship, and contacts. Lastly, we are looking to build bridges with alumni. They have always provided great support to our program, and we greatly appreciate the mentorship from our alumni.
And because we are a student org, we also need, because we're a student org, we need people to join in to help organize these events as well. To get involved, we're having a, there's a slide here as well to show where you can do it. Also, you can just go to hack.osu.edu and you can find stuff there. We are a student-run organization, and many of our organizers, myself and Grace included, have both started off as participants.
So this year, we were overjoyed to be back in the Ohio Union, and we were able to share that excitement with over 500 participants. So thank you everyone to the enthusiasm this weekend.
And lastly, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We are funded entirely by our sponsors, and this event wouldn't be possible without them.
So now we're going to just play a quick recap video of this weekend.
I'm tired of waiting, lost while I'm sitting at home. Dream of a new destination, lust for something unknown. Oh, you better leave it alone. No, I'd rather get up and go. How long can I lie around waiting for it? Sometimes you gotta walk out the door. No limits, no ceiling, no crown. No pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. Nowhere so far away. No border gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do. while I can. Stay here in the moment, 'cause I'm free to be my own man. No limits, no ceiling, no crown, no pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. Nowhere too far away. No border gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do. Sometimes you got to get up and go. No limits, no ceiling, no crown. No pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. Nowhere too far away. No border gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do.
Thanks for this opportunity to speak to all of you. Frankly, I'm super excited. I can feel it tingling, reminded of my experiences as a young person. But first of all, congratulations to you for getting to the finishing line. You know, I can imagine this was like, wow, like highs and lows, and 0 to 2 hours of sleep is what I'm hearing. So thank you for even being awake to listen to this. But I know we're excited to hear about, the good things that happened this weekend and to celebrate them. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes sharing just a few memories from my perspective, which will tell you how far these events have come along. And you folks have come a long way compared to the experiences someone like me had. So I'm reminded of 1982. So I'm in this school called IIT, and we had competitions. And the competitions were, what was the shortest snowball program you could run for solving some, processing problem? A lot of us would write 100 characters. Somebody came down to 13 characters. And that was the extent of, our intellectual exercise. So fast forward, now I'm thinking something like 2010. Again, I'm back in India and I'm doing some experiments there. And I'm trying to engage this young person in helping us field something. And he said, I can join you at this time, but I can't join you for this period because I'm participating in a global competition. So you would go online and you would get these competitions shipped at you over the internet, and you would work on it for a day or two, or even, overnight, and be, compared with everyone. And I think that event was really exciting. I could see why he wasn't showing up for the experiments. He was getting a lot out of it. And yet, it was not quite the experience that you've had. So what was super exciting for me, that you've been through this period where challenges have been thrown to you, and some of these, will someday, if you exaggerate them, sound like grand challenges. And here you were, in small teams, able to do something quite remarkable in 24 hours of work. And that's an experience I hope will motivate you as you go forward to realize that, hey, your startup could be born this way. You could actually solve something really cool, and bring together the right team of people. And as I spoke with some of you, I saw how different folks with different skills had come together from different departments. And what an empowering experience to be able to do that. So I'm very, very proud of what this event has been able to give to you. And I have to say, this one really took me took me aback, that one of my young fellow participants here told me that they had learned more this weekend than they had in their last few years at Ohio State. And to me, that's the highest praise that one can hear for an event like this. And that, I hope, will stay with you, that excitement. You will come back to this, you will engage in more such activities and try and build even while you're here at Ohio State. So let me spend a minute or two just talking about how I think things, I hope, will go for you. I think it's a super exciting time, to be doing these things and connecting with the industry and academia. I hope some of you will consider academia too. And going forward, you will find lots of lovely opportunities. So I'd very much appreciate the sponsors who helped us curate a wonderful set of challenges. And these sponsors will also be folks that you can look to as giving you more opportunities in the future. And the point I wanted to make was this: you as Ohio State students will do extraordinarily well. This part I know. And I'll speak from the computer science perspective because I know that data a little bit better. But I wanted to share with you that our students do every bit as well as students from any other university in the country when they go to industry. Yeah, I want to make this point a little bit more clear. This doesn't matter whether you go to the coasts or whether you stay in Ohio. Our students are every bit as welcome. They earn every bit as much as students from other universities. And most importantly, they do every bit as well. Ohio State students tend to have a stick-to-itiveness where they actually stay and they do things. And I want to sort of tell you that I think that I believe will be part of your future. So it's a very exciting time, and I hope you will have a great ride and wish you all the best. Let me, actually, here's to your future. Yeah. In closing, and I know how tired you are and you want to hear more exciting things, so I will conclude simply by saying a few words of thanks. And I hope I'll capture everyone because I'm winging it here. So first, I want to thank the students like Grace and Dominique and the students in the HackOHI organization for everything they've done. Could you please just come out for a moment and so thank you. I'd like to thank very much the folks who've been leading the organization of this event. And that's a long list, but let me begin with thanking Julia and Cal King and the faculty advisors who joined them. So we have co-advisors, we have Maris, Arnab is in India, and Jeremy Morris is also here. Let's please take a moment to thank them deeply for their wonderful help. Now, I know there were a lot of volunteers who pitched in. And Dominic, you'll have to remind me, who all volunteered this weekend?
We've had volunteers come in from all sorts of student organizations around OSU, as well as a few people coming in from not just the engineering department, but from all sorts of different organizations around OSU as well. And that's in addition to all the mentors that came in from our sponsors and the industry at large, as well as the university, and as well as many of the OHIO organizers as well. We've had quite a few of them volunteer here.
Awesome. So a round of applause to all the volunteers who pitched in. And of course, a very, very special thanks to our sponsors and to our representatives from the sponsors who are here, who've traveled a ways and have spent very generously of their time. Again, thank you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with the show. See you.
Thank you, Professor Anish Arora. Now we want to take this opportunity to talk about one of our other events, Show Ohio. This is going to happen April 8th, 2022. It's an opportunity for students to connect with the tech community and show the incredible projects that they've worked on here at Ohio State. We invite all participants who've developed a project here to attend. Show Ohio is supported by the Executive Vice President of Innovation, Dr. Grace Wang, for this event, and she's working to also set up meetings with all of our winning teams here.
This year, we wanted to spotlight local tech organizations and have invited Give Back Hack, an organization that helps bridge the gap between tech and social impact. Communities through the integration of lean startup and design thinking. Give Back Hack has helped vet over 100 social impact concepts into prototype products and provided over $150,000 in initial funding to take them to next steps. Now we're going to cut to Susie Burrow, Give Back Hack's founder, and she will talk about Give Back Hack.
Hello, beautiful people of HackOHI. My name is Susie Bureau. By day, I am a product manager at a health tech startup called 30 Madison in San Francisco. By evening and weekend, I am one of the founders of Give Back Hack, an impact organization founded and still based in Columbus, Ohio. I have a lot of love for the Columbus community and really miss it there. I spent 14 years of my life there. But the organizers have asked me here today to talk to you a little bit about my journey, which I'm excited about because it started right where you are today. As a student at Ohio State, I attended a hackathon called Startup Weekend, where I was just so excited about the idea of using tech to build cool stuff. We spent 3 days working on a project and it completely changed my life. Those 3 days were horrible, like really bad. We flamed out as a team. We ended up, arguing about what we were doing. We didn't have a shared vision. We created something completely mediocre. And honestly, it wasn't a great time. It was bad. But I attended again that next year. And I used that experience and said, okay, I need an idea that I'm really passionate about. I need a group of people who are humble and curious and want to attack problems and think through and learn together. And with that mentality, I had a great experience. We ended up doing really well at the hackathon, second, third place, something, and built out this really great mobile application, which was my first real experience as a true product manager. We worked on this app for a little over a year until our developers received millions of dollars in funding for another app that they made at a different hackathon, which was disappointing at the time, but great opportunity for them. So I was really happy. And so while my hackathon experience participating stopped there, I said, this was great for me and I want to make this happen for other people. And so I started volunteering to organize the event. And through that experience, I met one of the founders of Cover My Meds, Matt Skillen. And I think Matt maybe saw just like how excited I was about technology. And I was droning on about this like failed mobile app and all the things tech can do. He and the team at Cover My Meds eventually ended up recruiting me to be their first product manager. Now, at the time, CoverMeds was a small startup, but over a handful of years, we grew to be a really successful company. We were acquired by McKesson for $1.4 billion. We were Ohio's first unicorn acquisition, and that changed my life personally and professionally. Primarily because I got to work with a really great group of people who were curious and driven and helped me learn every day as we solved hard problems. And really what we were able to create together. So hackathons provided me with a lot of great professional opportunity, but personally a lot of great opportunity too. Around the same time I started to cover my meds, I met with a group of people and said, you know, I think this model has the opportunity to create positive impact in the social enterprise space too. I think we can use entrepreneurship to work to solve some of the societal problems that we face. And through that shared vision with a great group of people, Give Back Hack was born. And over the last 6 years, Give Back Hack has gone on to help over 1,000 entrepreneurs vet brand new ideas that have moved on to create positive social impact and change in communities across the globe internationally. We as an organization have funded those ideas to the tune of over $100,000, and those companies have raised since hundreds of thousands of dollars more, which is something that we're really proud of. So why am I telling you all of this? You likely already know that you're on a great path because you're here, but I'm here to urge you to continue that momentum. HackOHI may have been an experience where you succeeded wildly or you failed wildly, and both are equally as powerful. Dream careers are not going to be made in a classroom or just with a degree. They are going to be made with the relationships that you create, with the experiences you have, how you hustle and learn. So as you move into next steps, whatever those next steps may be, maybe you volunteer, maybe you join another event in the community, Give Back Hack, shout out. Maybe you move this project forward or you throw it out and you start something new. Just keep moving and continuing. So with that, congrats on what you've done here today. 24 hours on hard problems is a big deal. But more importantly, congrats about what you being here means about who you are as a person. You being here means you're taking your time to do something that is creative and meaningful and curious. You are hustling, you are learning, and that makes all of the difference. So congrats. With that, I'll go ahead and introduce our full-time program manager for Give Back Hack, Emily Stuhldreher. She is literally making a hackathon for her dream career, and she'll talk a little bit about that. All right, thanks all.
Thank you, Susie. And now please give a warm welcome to Emily, Give Back Hack's program manager. And Emily will talk more about Give Back Hack and what they do.
Thank you so much, Grace. How are we doing, everyone? How's it going? All right, it was a slow roll, so that means we're freaking exhausted. Raise your hand if you're like literally dreaming of your bed as we speak. Yep, that's what I thought. That's great. I've been to a few of these. Like Grace and Susie said, my name is Emily Stuhldreher, and I have the literal honor of being program manager for Give Back Hack. So I'm only going to talk to you for a little bit today and then answer some questions aided by my brand new friends, Grace and Dominic. But I want to tell you a little bit more about Give Back Hack. So Give Back Hack is a launchpad for social innovation. Like Susie says, we've been all across the world helping people take these ideas that they have for the problems they see in their community, going through their day-to-day life, seeing people or the environment struggling, and help them figure out how to take those ideas from their shower thought or the thing that keeps them up at night into a real social enterprise that impacts lives again in Columbus and across the world. Some of the stories that inspire me most are the faces that you see up here. When I think about Give Back Hack, I think about folks like Jerry Valentine, who's in that crowd, who launched a company called Renter Mentor after being inspired by 2 years of working for the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority, working with folks who struggle to afford housing. He's been able to house over 100 families in the past 2 years and was never an entrepreneur before he came to our events. So for us, the thing that's most important is being able to bring together people from different backgrounds, which I've heard folks talk quite a bit about today. This idea of people with different perspectives, different skills and talents coming together to make something absolutely beautiful and magical. And that might sound a little cheesy, but to me, that is the magic of events like this, that there's beauty and magic in folks that are talented and skilled, but also care so much about making a difference in the world. Those are the reasons that we have new social enterprises, new technology, and are moving forward together. And I don't want to get too dark, but I've seen some really scary and sad things in the news lately. And it's those types of things that, I guess, to be dramatic, give me hope that we can move forward together when we can get 500 students that did not know each other before now. Who made a new friend this weekend? Anyone? Only, okay, all right, that's better. Thank you, guys. I was like, no way, did only 2 people make new friends? We made new friends. We came together as strangers who did not know each other, and we built something amazing in 24 hours. Imagine what happens when you take that energy and you keep moving forward. So those are the reasons that I love events like this. It's the reason that I get up every day and do the work that I do. One, because sometimes people let me hold microphones, and other times because I get to mentor entrepreneurs into making products and technologies that actually impact everyone's lives. So with that, that's all of the chat that I will give with you today. And I'm happy to answer any questions about the work that we do in communities, how we leverage technology for social innovation, or how you can get involved in the Columbus community.
Thank you, Emily, for your wonderful presentation. We're going to open it up to a Q&A session. We have a microphone set up, and we're going to bring it to the front of the stage behind the VIP judge table. And we're also going to open up the Zoom webinar for participants to submit questions. So you won't be able to unmute and talk, but please submit questions if you have any for Emily. If you want to ask questions, the mic's there. I'm going to move it to the front. So please feel free and come up to the mic.
Okay, and to get us started, we do have one question that was sent in through chat. People on Zoom, you can also open up a chat window and ask your questions there. And the question was if you could elaborate a little bit more on how you got started with Give Back Hack.
Yeah, so thank you for the question. Actually, I love this question because when I heard Dominic and Grace speaking earlier about how they participated in HackOHI, and now all of a sudden they're running the show, that's kind of my story as well. So my first Give Back Hack, I was a sophomore in college. I did not know anything about entrepreneurship, technology, or Columbus. And I showed up at this 100+ person hackathon event and said, we'll figure it out when we get there. So I attended as just an attendee. It changed my life, blew my mind, and similar to what folks had said earlier, I learned more in that weekend than I had in any other experience in my life. So I came back again, and then I started organizing, and then I trained to be a facilitator. They let me hold a microphone. Sooner or later, I was volunteering almost full time. And when the right opportunity came along last October, I got brought on as Give Back Hack's first full-time program manager. So I've been able to take Give Back Hack from this beautiful volunteer-run organization for 7 years and help us develop new partnerships to be a business ourselves, which has been the hardest and most rewarding thing I've ever done. Thank you.
Hello. My bad.
Hello.
I could just speak really loud.
I can repeat this question after. Yeah, go for it, my friend. Yeah, for sure. What was your name? David? Okay, so David asked how we pick prompts for our hackathons and also how we determine what's a good idea and what's not. So the first part of that, how do we pick topics? We actually don't usually theme our events outside of them being social enterprises. So for those of you who aren't familiar, social enterprise is just this intersection of social impact, like kind of like nonprofits and business. So it has to be trying to make someone or the world better. So someone's life or the world better. That's really it. And in terms of what ideas are good or bad, we're really big on user validation. So anyone and any idea can come to a Give Back Hack and pitch it. So Friday night, you come in, you pitch your idea. It can be a great idea. You could be working on it for years or maybe a few minutes, depending on the person. And as soon as you get to our event, we go through a crowd vetting process where we vote on the top ideas. After that, we teach you how to go do customer validation out in the community, which really means going to talk to people. Who are your users? Who are you trying to help? Go talk to them, see what they think about your idea, learn about their lived experiences. So we're pushing out surveys, literally doing interviews, pre-COVID times, putting people on the sidewalk, like downtown, to talk to folks and letting them tell you if it's a good idea. Because I've seen quite a few businesses, but that doesn't mean that I know everything or even this much. So we're like, okay, go talk to your users, figure out who that is. And if they tell you it's a good idea, come back and we'll start to move into the product phase. Thank you.
And that's actually a really good segue into another question we've got in chat, which is, could you talk about some of the more impactful things that you've seen at these events?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say, so the impact of Give Back Hack, I think there's two main points. One point is the "this changed my life" story, which I think some of us maybe hopefully have experienced here and other events like this, where you go and all of a sudden your mind is opened, your eyes are opened, you learn new skills, and you look at the world differently. That's one way we make an impact, but that's not what we're controlling for when we're planning our events. The other side of things is I'm just a person who had an idea and thought there might be something to it. And now all of a sudden, I never saw myself as an entrepreneur or a technologist, but I am running a successful tech company that's making people's lives better. Those are the ones that like give me chills. I told you a little bit about Jerry earlier and his company Renter Mentor, but another really great company that is a Give Back Hack alumni is Wild Tiger Tees. Wild Tiger Tees is actually not a tech company, but they screen print t-shirts like the ones you probably all got when you came in on your first day or you wear around campus. They screen print t-shirts, but by doing that, they provide work opportunities to youth experiencing homelessness and mentorship along the way. So they learned through the research they did at Give Back Hack that it's really hard for folks that don't have houses, especially children or youth, to get stable employment. So how can we give them short-term employment so they can have funding and also build skills that will help them when they do get stable housing and can keep a job? So those are some of the things that I think are our biggest success stories, but also this might be a little controversial. I would say our success stories are also when we find out our idea is a bad one. Weird, right? So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So I think one of our roles as individuals, but also as event planners and hackathons, is to figure out when a bad idea is bad quickly so that we spend less time on it, less money on it, and we can get that out of the way and get on to our next great idea. And so we try to give folks tools to sort out whether idea is a good one or not and teach them how to pivot so that they can make progress sooner than they would have outside of our events.
Okay, and I think we have another question as well, which has been, so what does a day-to-day event planning look like at something like this?
Like for me personally, or like leading up to our events?
I don't know, that wasn't
Either. Okay,
specified.
cool. Yeah, I can talk about it a little bit. So when we're planning for our big community events in Columbus, we do about one a year. So it's not the only thing I do. It looks like a lot of event planning. If you've ever planned an event before, it's crazy. Please thank your organizers when you see them. This stuff is not easy, but it's a lot of the more boring things, the logistics, the talking to sponsors. Forming relationships is really important to me and the exciting part, but a lot of it is how do we string all these logistical pieces together to make sure people are where they need to be. But my day-to-day work is partially that and also forming new relationships to do more of the events we do. So we do our community event once a year in Columbus, sometimes in other cities as well, but I'm also forming new partnerships with elementary schools, universities, companies to be able to incubate ideas of all different types and also generate revenue so we can do more impact-oriented work as well. So that's cool because I get to spend a lot of time meeting incredible people that are also passionate about helping other people, which is probably the most rewarding and fun part of the job.
I hope this is on. Okay. Thank you, Emily. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And thank you everyone who asked questions. Moving forward, we're going to play the top 5 teams for the top 5 awards. So the first video is Angry Pixies.
So first we'll pan, and left, and right, and up, and down, and then rotate, as well as reset.
Okay, and our next team's video will be from Team Elmo.
Hi, my name is Samit Chaturvedi, and this is Elmo Singh. I'm a CSE major looking to have fun at the hackathon. Hi, I'm Owen Fogel. I'm an ECE major.
Hi, my name is Pranav Chati. I'm a CSC major looking to have some team building experiences.
The current problem is in the US, there are 180,000 amputees. Statisticians have predicted that the number of amputees will increase to 3.6 million by 2050. This is and has been a current problem. Whether it is a limb loss from birth defects or a result of a tragedy, losing a major part of your body has serious effects on a person's lifestyle. Prosthetic hands, as of right now, are $10,000 for a fully functional prosthetic arm. So this is where Elmo's hand comes in. The current problem is that prosthetic hands lack an effective control mechanism for the contraction of the hand. We developed a system that detects the difference in electric potential of muscle groups. And based on that voltage difference, it contracts and extends the hand. Additionally, our electromyography system design allows for amputees to customize which muscle group controls the prosthetic hand. To reduce signal noise, a moving average algorithm was based on fitting equidistant points to a polynomial function was implemented.
So the challenges that we faced were that current materials were not optimized for this prototype because of material limitations. For example, originally used yarn, which snapped quickly, causing us to switch to fishing wire. Moreover, when developing a smoothing function, we decided to base it off of the Sovinsky Golay algorithm. However, we were not able to implement it properly because of improper compatibility with our microcontroller IDE. We switched to a smoothing algorithm based on the equidistant points that fits the points to a polynomial function.
Here's a demonstration of our project. There are 2 electrodes here, and here's the EMG module, and then this is the electric potential it's comparing it to. When I flex my hand, all the fingers contract. When I let go, let's go. When I contract again, all the fingers contract. Let go, then contract again.
Thank you so much, Elmo. And now for our next team, Killer Food Robots.
Hi. My name
Trick-or-treating is a lot of fun. You get to dress up, hang out with your friends, but everyone knows what it's really about. It's about getting the most candy, and we've decided to help out with that. Using our awesome hacking skills and knowledge of data analytics, we were able to find the optimal route to maximize the trick-or-treating efficiency. Some factors that were considered were, what's the probability that the house gives out a king-sized candy bar? What's the probability that the house won't give out candy? How far do you have to walk in between houses? And crime rate. Using all these factors, we were able to get a normalized score specific to each house. We were then able to match these houses up with a map and then give them a final grade. We now had weights for different points on the graph, so then we could go to our next part, finding the best path to go trick-or-treating on. A graph of the map was created by representing the houses as nodes and the possible paths as edges. Multiple different possible routes were created and compared with one another. Compared using the reward that you could get by going to that house and the cost that would take. All the user would need to do to use this app is to enter their address, enter the distance they want to travel away from that address, and then enter the total distance they want to walk during trick-or-treating. This app doesn't just need to be limited to trick-or-treating. If you're into Christmas, you might use it to go Christmas caroling. If you're more into the business side of things, you might use it to sell Girl Scout cookies. Or even if you're a small business owner and want to get into delivering your products to people around your neighborhood. Thank you everyone for checking out our project, and go Bucks.
Okay, and our next video will be from the team named the Cool Beans.
This is for Hackathon 2021. This is the team Cool Beans with table 512. Our problem was a contactless door. It had to help people with disabilities and people during the pandemic. We are 4 college students who decided to start programming with the BeagleBone Black, eventually moves to a Raspberry Pi 4 because of the limitations with the original board, and we used Python and OpenCV to program it all. The door fully functions with a camera with facial recognition, an actuating lock, and a live display to tell you who's at the door. This is for Hackathon 2021. This is the team Cool Bean.
Thank you, Team the Cool Beans. And now for our last top 5 team, Goofy Goobers 2.0.
You're Goofy Goobers 2, and we're going to be talking to you about our solution to Viva's challenge. So we used prescription data to determine who the top doctors were based on prescription for each product, the trend for total prescriptions based on the product, and the future top targets based on new prescriptions.
We used Tableau to visualize the data. This let us filter and sort the data based on many fields. We first had to clean the data using Excel.
And we used Ruby on Rails to set up our web application for the initial model view controller and the initial skeleton code for the web app. And then we deployed it using Heroku, and Derek is going to give you a presentation now.
So we're going to move over to our deployed web application here. So this is the home page. This kind of gives you an overview of what dashboards the website contains, and we can navigate throughout them here. So if we go to top doctors, this dashboard kind of displays how different products get sold over a period of months, and you can dynamically change what products are in the view. So if we move Novitch and Zepapine, you can see that we're only looking at the Colacap and Asclear, and you can see different quantities sold by different authors in that period of time. And you also see total values of TRX and TRX products sold by different doctors. And we move over to trends, and this shows how products get sold over a period of time and their values and the total amount of states that the product gets sold in. And finally, in top targets, this shows a forecast of how doctors are performing in their sales. So this first graph shows top performers like Barbados Gear, while this bottom graph shows the bottom performers like Keeley Lindholm, and that is pretty much that for there. And that is our entire presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and we are Team Goofy Goobers 2.0.
Congratulations to all the top 5 teams, and thank you so much. Now, if our VIP judges can follow Josh, our judging lead, to now decide our winners, please do so. Did someone order lunch? Is that someone's lunch, Dom? Is that yours?
I don't know. I did just order some Oreos though, so maybe.
Maybe you will get those Oreos sometime, but wow. Sometimes it surprises me how big it is IRL. Like sometimes I expect it to just be half the size, and I'm like, wait, no, it's actually a decent sized robot.
There's a really interesting thing that I overheard a little bit earlier today, which is that because these devices are essentially like little mobility machines on wheels, they're actually collecting very good data. And there's a potential study going on to see if you can use that to like infer where areas of like that could be difficult to access through wheelchairs may be on campus just by analyzing the data collected by them. So they're doing a little bit more good than just delivering food sometimes.
Well, I hope whoever lunch that was, they get it on time. Now we will move on to the Buckeye Choice Award poll. This poll will decide which top 5 teams win specific awards.
So we may need a minute to get that up. So everyone should use this time to really do some deliberation to make sure that you're making the right choice. Also, to vote on this, we're going to be doing this through a Zoom poll. So this should be, we will have a QR code to join our showcase Zoom put up soon.
Does everyone remember the top 5 teams? So it's the Cool Beans, Gooby. I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh yes, yeah. Okay, did you get that? Cool. Okay, so once you scan it or once you click on the link, it will show you the top 5 choices and you can take the poll. And the poll will be open until the VIP judges come back. Okay. Hope everyone got a chance to vote for their top 5 winners. And now we are going to transition into sponsor challenges. So the first company to present their winner is NG. And the winner for NG's award
Hello, we're Team 404 Not Found. I'm Luke Weiler. I'm Justin. And this is our project, RX Interpreter. What was our motivation to create this? A major proponent of the pharmaceutical industry involves using prescriber data to target doctors with life-saving medications. Tracking data like total and new prescriptions is crucial to identifying these doctors. Our goal is to create a web app that takes in a CSV file that contains data regarding doctors' prescriptions to produce a well-organized dashboard, reports on the top current doctors, predicted future top doctors, trends in monthly TRX by product, comparisons of different products, and companies can use our application to process their data in order to identify the doctors that are most convenient and useful for them.
Our method, create a static site with JavaScript, then build it to a desktop app with Electron, then CSV files imported as a JavaScript array. Data is then processed and visualized with chart.js. One chart shows a line graph of each product's total prescriptions each month, with the last month being a prediction. Other chart shows a pie chart of which prescriptions were used the most. 2 other charts show the top doctors organized overall and products to end state. Predict future prescription amounts using methods from statistical analysis, including expected values and least square regression.
Now we're going to go through a demo of our RX Interpreter. We're on our first window here, and we're going to select a file. Here we're going to select our CSV data. We're going to press go, and now we're at a tab with 4 tabs of analysis. So this first one has TRX predictions, where it shows the data of TRX for the first 6 months, and then it shows a prediction of the 7th month. Over here, we have a pie chart of the most prescribed data, so we can check proportionally which product was used the most. Here we have our total prescribers, our top total prescribers, where we can select by state, and we can check here who are the top prescribers by each state. We can also specify by product. And here we do the same thing, but for future prescribers.
All right, so that was NG's winner. Once again, thank you to NG. Moving on, we're going to move to Viva. So please join me in welcoming our Viva representative to come on stage and announce the winner.
Hello, we're Team 404.
Thank you for everybody that took the Viva Challenge. We had 18 teams out of 45 that actually participated in the challenge. So a great showing. Team 508, I'm sorry, 509, they didn't have a team name in the spreadsheet, so I don't know what the team name is. But team 509 sitting at table 313, you are the winner of the Viva Challenge. So if you're here, are they here? If you're here, come on up. A couple things about there were 4 teams that were really close to number 1. We selected your team specifically because you guys had a lot of forethought and a lot of design criteria that would be helpful for a sales pharmaceutical rep in the sales industry, all the way down to a doctor profile and their potential trend and analysis. And yeah, you guys had a lot of other features you guys had developed but hadn't had a chance to put in. And the number of pieces that you had combined together to give an actual picture of the pharmaceutical industry was far better than anybody else's attempt. So with that, each of you get Nintendo Switch, compliments of video. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to the winners, and thank you, Viva. Next, we're going to move on to Roots Challenge. And so please join me in inviting Julian Thompson on Zoom to present the winner. So Julian, if you could unmute. Root lost internet. Okay. Wow. Woo! Nothing like losing internet in the middle of a showcase. All right. We're going to move on to AEP. The winner of Roots Challenge is Fine Fellows. We have the video, we just don't have Julian, so we can play Fine Fellows video.
We're Fine Fellows, and this weekend we created Track. Every year, there are 6 million car accidents, and about 1/5 of them are due to weather-related incidents. That's why we created Track. Track Tracker informs drivers of current weather conditions and the current state of the road. That way, we can provide a recommendation based on their current speed and the ideal calculated speed for those weather conditions. If you have driven in Ohio, you know weather conditions can change like that. All of a sudden, it's snowing or there's torrential downpour, and you do not know what to do with your weather.
So here we have our model car, and if you look in the bottom, we have a rotary encoder, which we use to measure the true velocity that the car is traveling. And then we have an infrared reflectivity sensor, which will measure the reflectivity of the road, which will change with different weather conditions. And then both of these are hooked up to this Arduino module, which sends both of that data over Wi-Fi to our website.
The website keeps track of the recommended and current velocities of the car, and it sends that data over to the app.
This app is representative of the view the driver will get in real time. So we have a speedometer showing the actual velocity. The red ring here shows the recommended safe velocity to stop at a given distance based on the reflectivity, and we have the current weather at the user's location to also inform the driver of any potential hazards.
Now let's give a live demo of how the motion of the car can update the speed. As you can see, when the wheel changes rotations, the speed shown in the app is updated in real time. You can also see that if a bright white surface is under the car representing snow or ice, that the safe recommended speed decreases.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations, Fine Fellow.
Up next, we will be presenting the, no, actually, we will be welcoming up Wiley Elliott from AEP to present their challenge winner.
Again, we all very much enjoyed being part of this. We're always impressed every year with the teams and their performance. This year, we have 2 awards, a first and a second place. So first goes to Team 500, the Havers Hackers, and our second place goes to Team 416, The Move. So please come up. And just while they're coming up, our challenge involved using drone footage for surveying like damage to the distribution system. So last year there was a large ice storm in Southern Ohio, and we're starting to use drones and getting that imagery to help us quickly assess the damage, dispatch crews better. And they developed some apps that would help us analyze that, grade the images, and then direct the crews better to where we needed to get things fixed. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the AEP winners. And now we're going to move on to Honda's challenge. So please
Hi guys,
welcome-
we're Havers Hackers.
So please join me in welcoming Honda's representative to come up to the stage and announce the winner.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for sponsoring the event. I think the great job here. Honda was happy to participate. We had 6 teams take our challenge about how to improve driving safety, and they were all excellent. So it was a super hard decision to pick the winners of them. So we awarded both a first prize and a second prize. The first prize team is actually Fine Fellows, which you already saw. And the second prize team, I don't know the team name. But they did one called Eyes on the Road. So you saw Track Tracker, which is by Fine Fellows. Eyes on the Road actually was giving tactile response to both young and old drivers to let them know when there was an unsafe condition to slow down. But all the teams did a great job, excellent, and I want to thank you for what you've done. And let's give a round of applause for those 2 winners. We gave $600 to the winning team, $300 to the second place team, and they'll be receiving that from the organization. So thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We'll also be playing those teams' videos right now.
We're the Fine Fellows. And this weekend, we created Track. Every year, there are 6 million car accidents.
Getting in an accident is always a headache. Smart cars and tech are leading the way to safer roads. But tech is only half the story. Psychology tells us we need naturalistic ways to relate to our environment. Previous safety programs have been very explicit and specific with instructions like crosswalk ahead and you're speeding. On the surface, a good idea, some found these solutions annoying or worse, distracting. Given the dangers of distracted driving, we need solutions that are simple, natural, and require less cognitive effort. Additionally, a more general solution would work in places even when you don't know details, like where turns in the road are or where crosswalks are located. We will provide an answer to the question, how can we use data from connected vehicles to provide a naturalistic warning system and help prevent accidents? Research suggests we can use simple and natural auditory and vibratory stimulation to make people more aware of dangerous situations in their car. Let's examine a prototype of what this might look like and how we can implement this sort of feature in a car. In our simulation, the car demonstrates a feature that deters risky, dangerous behaviors through non-explicit instructions that can be applied to a variety of situations. If the car were to drive too closely behind another driver, an increasing tactile or auditory stimulus would go off to warn the driver of the close proximity to other connected vehicles. The vibration would be in the steering wheel or seatbelt rather than the whole vehicle that you see here. Another feature includes increasing stimulation if the driver turns a corner too fast, and ideally could be adjusted for perilous weather conditions. Backed by research, these features expand in-car safety technology and make driving safer for everyone.
So yes, the first one of those winners as well was Fine Fellows, who also won Roots Challenge. So we will not be playing their video a second time right now.
But anyway, congratulations to all the Honda winners. And now we're going to move on to Microsoft's challenge winner. So please welcome Beth Pan from Microsoft to present their challenge.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. Sorry, it's a little weird that we're the only kind of representing companies that's remote, but there's a lot of policy changes that we can't travel this year. Maybe next time that we'll be there in person. Anyways, first of all, I would like to just thank all the volunteers from Microsoft. Without them, this wouldn't be a reality. And secondly, we were very thrilled to see so many teams participated in the Microsoft sponsored challenge, and the decision was very hard for us. And we would like to keep connected with everyone who's interested with Microsoft technology and platform after this hackathon. So the winning team for Microsoft sponsored hack is SpaceRat. Our sponsored hack was all about building an awesome app that runs on Windows, and SpaceRat built a webcam-based mouse software for ease of use and accessibility, as well as application into 3D modeling programs. And their implementation demonstrated unique and deep native integration with Windows and third-party apps, extending the platform and adapt to the needs of their users. And we also think the project made a clear attempt to address emergent opportunities in the accessibility space. It was very clear to us that the team took a thoughtful approach to address other intrinsic issues in capturing fine movements, and we appreciated that they took into consideration varying degrees of hardware capabilities when validating their solution, which is key to ensure usability and impact of design. So overall, we think SpaceRat utilization of different technology resources, such as the native Windows APIs, the machine learning algorithm, and hardware considerations to make it a reality to tackle accessibility challenge and making it a real big social impact. So that's why we pick this team.
Thank you so much, Beth. And now we are going to pivot to the Buckeye Choice Award. So the winner of the Buckeye Choice Award is Angry Pixies. Congratulations. Hang on. All right. The top 5 teams have not been decided yet. So we are going to have a little intermission. If you guys want water, want food, get up and stretch, please do so. It'll be just a couple minutes longer. Thank you. You can also take swag bags and t-shirts if you want more. Hi, please don't leave. We're not done yet. If you guys can sit back down, that would be great. We just saw a couple of people leave, but we will be back with the top 5 winners. Please don't leave. Thank you. If you guys can sit back down now, we'll announce the top 5 winners. So we'll give you a couple minutes to sit down. I'm so sorry.
So we just got delivered some envelopes. Probably, I'm assuming these contain the winner, although I'm not entirely sure on that. Although it is distinctly lacking in Oreos, I can say that.
All right, we're ready to introduce our 2 honorable mentions. And now we want to welcome Lauren Burke to come and present our 2 honorable mention and winners.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Lauren Burke. I'm the Director of Operations of Women in Analytics, and I'm going to be announcing the honorable mentions for this weekend. So our first honorable mention is Team Friendship. They've won a $100 Amazon gift card, and the reason for this is because they displayed exceptional technical difficulty in their project. So is Team Friendship here today? All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right. Congratulations. And our second honorable mention is Team In/Site. They've also won a $100 Amazon gift card, and the reason for this is their project had significant impact. So congratulations to Team In/Site. Are they here today? They're not here, but let's give them a big round of applause. All right, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, and here's Grace.
Thank you, Lauren. Now, please join me in welcoming Tim Radersdorf to present 5th place.
Thank you. For everyone watching online, there was a standing ovation in the room. I have the pleasure of offering up the 5th place award, but first wanted to say to all of you out here, I run the Innovation Studio. I have the pleasure of working with a great team out of the College of Nursing who runs multiple makerspaces across campus. And one thing that we do is we fund every team who comes to us with their idea. So if you didn't get the prize that you wanted today, I highly encourage you to come check out the Innovation Studio, and we will continue to help you along this journey if it's something that you wanted to keep working on. Or if there's an idea that you wanted to work on this weekend and a hackathon wasn't the right way to do it, the Innovation Studio is here to give you the support and resources you need to turn your ideas into actions. Every team who shows up gets at least one round of funding, and teams usually come back 3 to 4 times a year to get additional support from us. So we'd love to have you join us for that. Thank you. Again, everyone, standing ovation in the room if you're watching online. So the 5th place team, who may get my favorite prize of the group, is an iRobot Roomba. That would have done me a lot of good at my house at 72 Frambies when I was an undergrad here. But that's going to be the Goofy Goobers 2.0. Are they here? Great, come on up. Yeah, they do have to split the Roomba 3 ways. That's right. We kid. All right, so here are the Goofy Goobers. You guys want this for your frame one there?
Thank you.
There you go. All right.
Thank you, Tim. And now we're going to announce the 3rd and 4th winners for our top 5 teams. So please welcome Jessica Phillips to present these awards.
Hello. Well, I'm Jessica Phillips. I'm the Interim Director of Learning Programs and Digital Flagship in the Office of Distance Education and E-Learning, and I could not be more honored to be here and to be able to share the winners for the 4th place first. The winner of the 4th place prize, who will win an Apple TV, is the Killer Food Robots. Woohoo! Killer Food Robots, we really thought that your work was highly transferable in several different areas. So fantastic job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So, okay. I was smiling, I promise. Okay. Thanks, guys. Woohoo! Amazing job. Okay, and next I have the pleasure of awarding the 3rd place prize. The 3rd place prize is Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, and the winner is the Cool Beans. Awesome job, Cool Beans. Come on up. I have to say, what a timely and meaningful project that you guys worked on with some phenomenal outcomes. So that was fantastic. Good work. Nice to meet you all. Hayden, Garrett. Oh, come on over, we'll get a picture. All right. Thank you all.
All right, thank you, Jessica. And now if you'd please join me in welcoming Cindy Levitt to present our 2nd place winner.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be here. I am the Vice President and Chief Information Officer here at The Ohio State University. I've been here a whole 7 weeks. Thrilled to be here. And our 2nd place winner, which will win a Sony WH-XM4 headphones, are Team Elmo. Team Elmo. Team Elmo here? All right. Okay. I don't think it's
We want to announce the Microsoft Grand Prize now. So we're going to introduce Beth Hume to announce who the winners are.
Hi, everyone. I'm Beth Hume. I'm Dean of Undergraduate Education, Vice Provost for Student Academic Success. I just want to say what great projects. There's so many great projects. And I am so thrilled to announce that Angry Pixies are the winners of the Surface laptop from Microsoft. Great job, Bob. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Beth Hume. Also, we have an additional entry here. We also have a sponsor challenge from Capital One, but we've been having some issues getting their video to play. We're not really sure why, but we do have their team name. The winner of the Capital One challenge is TTL 24 Hours.
So congratulations again to all the top 5 winners. We want to thank everyone who came again. And before we end today, we want to talk about our upcoming events.
Yeah, every spring we host our annual Make Ohio event. It's an OSU ran make-a-thon. In the previous years, people have come up with some really crazy ideas like dog treat launchers or heated couches. If this sort of stuff excites you, you should keep a lookout for Make Ohio 2022 next spring. Along with that, our annual high school hackathon is also coming up in the spring as well. We will be looking for college students to help mentor for that event and high schoolers to participate in that event. So keep an eye out for that one too.
OHIO also partners with various other organizations around the campus to help put on an assortment of other events throughout the year for students to participate in. If you're ever curious about any of these events, you can find more details on our website at hack.osu.edu.
And to wrap up our showcase, we'd just like to once again express our thanks to all the sponsors, participants, volunteers, mentors, judges, and the union as well for helping make this event possible.
Thank you again. And now you guys are all dismissed. Thank you.